Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. And as you can see, we have a first-time guest, a new guest here on BMTV. It's Amy Brown. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
Amy from AJ's Balloon Decor. That's right, isn't it?
It is right, yes.
Not AJ's Balloons.
Not AJ's Balloons.
AJ's Balloon Decor. What's the J?
Jessica.
Oh, right. Okay. Good to know. Didn't know that.
No.
Anyway, thank you for coming in and doing this for the
Nice to be
first
here.
time. I hope you enjoy it. But before we start and show people what it is you're going to talk about, first time, you've got to tell us all about you. So how did you start? How did you get into the industry? How long have you been in the industry? What sort of work do you do? Tell everybody a little bit about you.
So I've been in the industry 10 years. I used to ride horses for a living professionally,
All right.
and then had a break and just didn't really find my way back to it and thought, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
So I used to have a lot of parties of my own, and at the time around me there wasn't a party shop.
Okay.
So 6 weeks later I opened a party shop.
Wow.
And yeah, just sort of grew from there, and then I literally sold balloons in packets on the wall.
Yeah.
Never thought about inflating them, anything, until a guy came into me one day and said, oh, could you inflate these and I'll pick them up on Saturday? So we put it in the diary. He left and I thought, oh my God, where do I get helium from? Like, had no idea. Cobbled something together which he was really happy with, and it just sort of grew from there. And then I learnt about Qualitex and did my QBN and loved it, and just found my second passion.
So you
in second wind.
Sorry, you started with a shop,
Yes.
and no, you don't have a shop now.
I don't have a shop now.
So
no.
you've gone the other way
Completely,
to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you just thought, I'll open a shop. You found a shop.
Yeah.
You bought some products, some party supplies and
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Put
Paper
it on the
plates,
wall.
banners, all that stuff. Yeah.
Open the door and hope for the best.
Exactly that. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
But did it go okay?
Yeah, it was. It was just that it was sort of recession.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a struggle. I started doing party decorating, going in and decorating people's parties in the local area, so that was good. So yeah, in 2011 I shut the shop.
Okay.
And I had a couple of temp jobs along the way. Then I was very ill for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really able to as proactively grow my business as I wanted to. I just sort of had to let it trickle through.
Yeah.
Until really the last couple of years when I've grabbed it by the horns and flown. So
Because I first met you, I think it must have been, was it 4 years ago?
yeah, probably.
It was at Stuart Davis's big build, wasn't it?
Yes, so because I wasn't driving then.
Yeah.
My mum came along.
Yeah.
Because I was unable with the health issues. So yeah, really that build for me, as Stuart well knows, was just a huge turning point in the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
It's very close to my heart, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you do balloon decorating. That's
Full time, that's me, yeah.
effective. And what is it? Is it mainly weddings? Is it individual? Are you selling 18-inch foil balloons?
No.
Or is it more corporate stuff?
My main category is corporate.
Okay.
So shop openings or corporate events. I do everything else, so birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, if I have to.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, predominantly that. And for me, my love is airfill.
Yeah.
I don't actually like working with helium, I do, but my passion is air-filled. And thinking outside the box, so building something slightly different, like the dinosaur I did last year, and toothbrushes for Colgate, and whatever else may come my way.
Roller skate.
And my roller skates, my rollerblade recently. So that actually did 3 events. They took it to 3 events with them.
Did it really?
Yeah, which is another great thing with airfield stuff.
Was that on a frame? I just need to ask, was it on a frame? Or was
it... I was playing with in my head whether to do it as sort of a quick link grid or blah blah blah, and I basically bent alley as a shape of a boot organically just on the floor, which on your own is not easy when you're making a sort of 8-foot square boot. And then I literally just filled it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then made some wheels with the quick link.
So you'd never done it before?
No.
You just thought,
no, I just literally made it straight through for a roller skating company.
Yeah.
So they took it to the Spectrum at Guildford and a couple of other events.
So is that what you do a lot? It's like you take the job and figure it out afterwards?
That's what I like to do, yeah. It's a bit stressful. I have something on at the moment, which is really, really taxing me. But hopefully, I can get it done.
But then that takes you outside your comfort zone, and we talked about that earlier on. How it takes you outside of the comfort zone. That's how you grow. And
you have to. I think you have to push yourself, but I think also you have to find who you're trying to do this for. Okay, we all have our own businesses for ourselves, but for me, I wanted to work with the corporate market.
Okay.
That was just the jobs that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's not, as I said to you earlier, that's not just because they may, and it's not always the case, have a bigger budget, but just the process, the way it works, the things that they ask for, the opportunities for me to build different things are there over necessarily the public. But likewise, I deal with public every day.
It is interesting to knowing your customer, knowing who you're targeting is a really important part. If you talk to any business coaches or anything like that, they say, who are your customers?
Who's your customer avatar?
And of course, everybody says, well, I'll sell to anybody.
Yeah.
No, but who do you want?
Yes.
So why did you decide corporate was your
corporate?
target?
I think for those reasons, I've never really been a pretty decorator. I like kind of bolts and braces and belts and braces and like I was saying again earlier to you, I like things that are made from balloons.
Yeah.
The balloons are the building blocks.
Yeah.
And I just feel, for me, that, as I say, again, the process of dealing with the corporate clients is what I enjoy.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people out there that they want corporate work.
Yeah.
They get the consumer work, they get the wedding work, they get retailers would get individual balloons and things like that. But we've had a lot of people say to us, how do you go around about getting that corporate work? What would your tips be to everybody out there?
I think networking is quite a big thing, but finding the right kind of networking. I used to do some networking that was a great group, but just not suitable for my industry. So I think that's one thing. And having obviously, if people look at my social media and my website, going back to the categories, that they really won't see much wedding stuff on there, because I think you just have to, the industry is vast. We have customers from this scale to this scale with all sorts of designs and styles and everything in between. And I think for me, I was trying a few years ago to cover everything and everybody. And I just needed to go, who do I really want to aim my business at? Yeah. So that's what I did. Yeah. I sat down and thought about, and corporates was for me the way forward.
That's great. So it is. So to talk about networking there, are there any particular networking groups that you recommend? I mean, there's obviously things like Chamber of Commerce. There's
I haven't done anything with the sort of the big players like BNI. I don't think that's really.
So you do local.
I do local networking. Yeah, just get out there and see what networking's in your area. It's great to meet people face to face. People buy from people. Yeah. For me, being a home-based business, the website and the social media is a platform to show off my work, but I still have to go and meet people. And once I've met people, and you build the relationships. But it is hard because it's scary kind of going in, especially if you've not met before. Yeah. And just saying, hi, this is me.
I think the thing with networking, it's not something we've really talked about on BMTV before, but it's interesting. It's actually one of my goals for this year is to do more of it. And I don't want to do more of it to try and sell, because our target audience probably aren't attending the networking events. But it's more just to get out there and talk to other business owners to help me and help educate myself, and you're always learning from other people, and then they learn from you as well. So,
and I think for me this year, I'm seeing it more that actually you kind of maybe meet somebody last year, nothing happens overnight, and then it might be a year until something from them comes your way, but it's all in this ever-ending cycle.
And like you say, if you people buy from people, so you go to these events, you have your bake and bap if it's a morning one or whatever, and you just see the same people, you form those friendships, and even if you don't get any work from them, somebody might say, a friend of theirs say, oh, getting married or got a corporate event, want some balloons. Oh, I know somebody that can do that.
Yeah.
And so it does take time. I think if people expect to go to networking groups and expect it overnight to happen, it's probably not going to.
I used to do a lot of wedding fairs actually going on to that because, again, when I was trying to target everybody, but they're just, with our industry, you have to, it's not like cakes. So cake makers work extremely hard. They're amazing at what they do, but obviously they can have designs that they can just keep in the cupboard and they pick up and they go and they decorate the stand. For our industry, we have to think, design, order the stock, make it all, get it there, set it up. It's got to be worth your while. So if you're finding something isn't working for you, it's not a bad thing. Try and rethink outside the box.
Yeah.
Would be my advice.
I agree. And also, you've got to consider the venue because every venue is going to be different as well.
Venue's
so you've got to tailor your work to that.
Yeah, I think the main thing I've learned in the last year is, you're never going to please every single person.
Yeah.
So just do what you do with passion and conviction.
Yeah.
And you'll find the right people.
No, that's great. It's obviously working for you.
Working for me.
I think what you're saying there as well about your website, how you say there's very little wedding stuff on there. I think whatever you show, you will sell. And that's what you find with shop windows. Put whatever in shop window.
Yes.
That's what you
Yes.
will sell.
Yeah.
So your shop window is your website.
Yeah.
So you say if you show all corporate stuff there, you're more likely to sell more of that.
I am streamlining it because, again, I think you can get into, and I'm guilty of it, you think, I've got to show that and I've got to show that and I've got to, people, if they look at this, might not think I do weddings or, and you kind of just have to take a breath. And I'm in the process of decluttering my gallery.
All right, okay.
Because I think I've got lots of examples, but because you can direct them to social media, you don't need everything, in my opinion, to be on your website. So I'm just trying to streamline that down a bit.
That's a really good point, actually, because I think people think the more work they do, the more they've got to show.
Yeah.
But sometimes there can be overwhelm, and people just see, so many, I don't know what.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting tip as well. This is really good. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll talk about other things as we go through.
Okay.
I could talk to you for ages, but I think we need to show what it is we're here to show today. So there's some topiaries around here.
There are some topiaries.
And you wanted to talk about these because you find them very, very versatile.
I do. Touching on what I said earlier, my absolute passion with what I do is air-filled decor.
Yeah.
You can helium-fill topiaries, anything from sort of this size upwards. But obviously, all of the designs I'm showing today are air-filled completely.
Okay.
I use topiaries a lot for outside decor, both for garden parties in pretty pastel colours or, prints for Easter time or something, to corporates with even branding on. When you have a tail or something like this that can move in the breeze or it gives it extra motion. But obviously, we have a smaller example here of the
So we've got three different types here.
Yes.
So what would you sell this as? What would you sell?
So I would use something. So these are obviously 5-inch balloons. This is a complete Sempertex design, and I've got the reflex rose gold.
Yeah.
This is actually, I can't remember the colour.
Oh, I can't remember the colour. Don't ask me.
Colour.
Chris Horn, we do apologise, but it's a Sempertex colour. We'll put it on the screen. We'll figure it out. We'll put it on the screen.
And that's inside the pearl white as well. So there's a double stuffing.
Double stuffing.
And then obviously we've added flowers in. So for this, I would either use it as a table centrepiece.
Okay.
But obviously I've made this one slightly smaller today because you need your line of sight through there.
Yeah.
Or on a cake table, or if you're not directing it at weddings or something, you could have it as an award table. So really it's just a display for wherever you want to put it, really, on the side of a bar or
It's really nice. I think that's really sophisticated looking. That's what I like about balloons, how you can, particularly when you add greenery and the flowers. We're seeing a lot more of that. So and the rose gold and your rose gold base there.
Yep, that's just cake board covered with a foil balloon.
Yeah.
And there's actually a tile obviously on the bottom of the Lumi stand, which I've also covered in the same foil to just coordinate and hide a little bit, hiding mechanics.
absolutely. But no, it looks great. It all goes really, really well together. Okay, so what about this one? What would you use this one for?
Okay, so this one, for today, we've done a Mother's Day design. This is also Sempertex, and this is great because it's got the print A round. So we've got all sides. You wouldn't just use a printed because obviously you wouldn't see the top. This is either a gift design to say Happy Mother's Day or however you make your topiary up. We've actually got lights wrapped around here, and I've kept this really simple with just one strand of ribbon and a simple balloon base. As a table centerpiece, which I've used these for, with this size of topiary, I'd actually have it slightly taller. It's just a little bit squashed, but as a gift design, that's absolutely fine, and just, you know, balancing out with the size of the base balloons.
I think the great thing about topiaries is, for how many balloons are there in each?
12 topiary. Yeah, 12 balloons in each topiary. Yeah.
So for the cost of 12 balloons, but you've got something that I think it's a big impact, isn't it? And
again, with my helium ones that I've done in the chromes, they look fantastic. And with either shimmer tails or just tulle tails or just something like that, it's a great alternative to a bouquet.
Okay, and then of course the big one over here.
The big one. So this is made from 16-inch balloons. I've downsized them to 11, so they're nice and soft, nice and round. And then I've just jazzed it up a bit with some little organic touches. And then this is on a knot lamp with what I call my shimmer tails, which is obviously a foil door curtain.
And these would be more corporate.
These, yeah, definitely. Depending on which colours you're using, I think they're versatile for all occasions. But definitely for corporates, I've used these a lot in pairs, you know, framing lecterns or stages or entranceways or whatever.
And of course, you can go bigger.
You can go bigger.
You said you downsized those to 11 inches. You could have them bigger and just have an even.
You could have them bigger. Obviously, it's just the bigger they get, you're working. It's keeping your central point to keep them nice and tight. But yes, absolutely. And again, you don't have to have the organic touches.
It's so simple to do, isn't it?
It is.
So are they just attached with a 260?
Literally 263. Yeah. And again, going back to this size, I do a lot of these for outdoor decor. Again, air-filled, I won't sell helium for outdoor use. On a garden cane, and I just call them my static garden topiaries. And they're in the ground, again, with some form of tail, and they're just brilliant for outdoors.
And there'd be the movement there as well.
So
why do you say you don't sell helium balloons for outside?
Well, I'm a member of PEBA, so the Pro Environment Balloon Alliance. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I've really taken my stance with the methods that I'm using for balloons in the environment. We've got a huge fight on our hands in some ways with the world, and the more we can educate, the better for our industry. So I have information on all of my leaflets, all of my websites, social media.
Excellent.
I actually did an EcoProd summit at Tottenham Hotspur last year where I built a air-filled latex design. It was actually a water-saving EcoProd, so we did a pond with a heart wall behind it, which went down really, really well.
Fantastic.
I just make sure that everyone I talk to gets an earful from me.
Good. No, I mean, you've got to do that because there is so much volume of negativity on Facebook, on social media in general. And I think one of the biggest concerns is people think latex is a plastic balloon. So of course everybody's anti-plastic right now, single-use plastic, and they think latex, but latex is probably one of the most environmentally, a latex balloon, the most environmentally friendly product that there is. You don't even kill the trees.
It's obviously still being researched into how fast it does degrade, but it does degrade, it is natural. I actually have a roller banner that's solely aimed at the explanation of latex balloons, how they're made, the benefits of using trusted sources to get them from, and their degradability to an extent. I think we need to be a little careful how much you put out there because it is still in question, but it is a natural product at the end of the day.
I just think from a production point of view that you're not killing a tree to get the latex to make it, but for a piece of paper, you've got to kill a tree.
I think a rubber tree plant in its lifetime counteracts the carbon emissions of a car driving, I think it's 38,000 kilometres.
Really?
Don't quote me on that exactly, but it's something along those lines here.
But it's something like that that's really good for the arguments with the public. So when people do say,
and a rubber tree plant, I don't believe isn't tapped until it's at least 6 years old.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that. Good information. Every day's a school day.
Every day's a school day.
Okay, so that's fantastic. So we've talked about the different types of topiaries. How do you make a topiary?
Oh, easy.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So pre-inflated. Here's one I had in the oven earlier. So you need 12 balloons.
Okay, I'll hold these.
In duplets. So you have 6 duplets.
There's a BMTV Balloon Basics with Mark from Qualitex, I think, on how to make duplets. So we'll put that up on the screen as well. But these are quick links, Qualitex quick links.
These are quick links for the purpose of the design that we're doing now, but obviously these are normal round balloons. And you literally twist together. The main thing with your topiary is keeping your central point, all your balloons through the same central point. And it gets a little tough as you add them in.
So it's always 12 balloons.
Always 12 balloons. Gives you that nice round shape. And obviously, unless you're doing a full-on organic something, same size. This is where it gets a little tough. Obviously, sometimes you get tears in the balloons, which is why it's always important to use good quality.
Absolutely.
Okay. So once you've made your topiary, this reminds me of the gobstopper in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Whatever her name was, Germantrude or somebody. And obviously, once you've got your colours, you can just assort them how you want to, or leave them as they are. So,
you've used quick links here. So you've got bits at the end. What do you want those for?
I'm just about to show you, but I'm going to fiddle with the colours a little bit. So when you have these, you have a central flower. Right. So
when you said that, you mean you've got 5 around the outside and 1 in the middle, and that's what it should be from every angle.
Yeah.
Look at me, I know stuff.
I'm just going to fiddle with these a little bit so that we've got one of each colour showing.
So you can just abuse them, move them around.
Yeah, quite literally. Just makes it a bit more interesting.
Okay.
And then for this one, these are something I sell quite a lot of now in the summertime for outdoor parties and things. I'm literally just going to attach tentacles, which are 6-inch quick links, and they just go on the end of each one. And I would normally trim the excess tips off. So obviously we have 12.
So you put these on every balloon?
Thank you. Yep, 12 quick links, so we're going to put 1 on each. And I've made these the same pattern, but you can do whatever you like. These would actually look quite nice and all white, I think, as well. The whole thing.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
I actually had these at my birthday at the entrance to our lane. It definitely attracted a lot of attention.
I bet.
Especially in the breeze. Is that it?
No, I've got 2 more after this one. So we talk about volume there and the 12 balloons. You've just made this even bigger.
Yeah, it's something I learnt very early on as well, is, you know, working your designs to a little bit of perceived value. So what can you add that doesn't necessarily cost you a lot more in materials, but really adds value to the customer, both visually and, you know,
and then
value for their money.
Yeah. So you've got a pole to the left there. Do you want to bring that in, and we will... Actually, let's move this out of the way for a second, if I can do it without knocking stuff over. And tell everybody about the pole.
Okay, so this is, again, we're going to be, for use indoors, this is a knot lamp, or any pole-based system that you want to use. I've just covered this with yellow ribbon and curling ribbon just to coordinate with the design there. And then this is going to sit on top.
And you did a TikTok an hour ago. Oh, we did a TikTok.
I've been introduced to TikTok, yes. So you TikToked me.
It's had, I think, nearly 1,000 views already.
Oh my goodness.
And that was less than an hour ago.
Wow.
So how do you get this on top of there?
This is just going to get a bit. So literally, I slide the pole into the middle and twist a set of balloons. So obviously when you have a pattern, you need to look at how that looks when you're finished.
Yeah.
But when it's random like this, really, it's not too much of a problem.
That's great.
That's then nice and secure.
So that's all it is, just twisting a balloon over another balloon.
It over.
And that's great.
And there you have it. So obviously when it's up high in the breeze, these will blow and the crane moves.
Fantastic.
They are one of my favourite designs.
That's really, really good. So when you're doing your pricing, you use a pricing tool, you use a job cost form?
I think you gain experience in knowing what you can charge for things. Everybody is in a different location, has a different supplier, has a different skill set, has. So I really only now use job cost forms for the big jobs, just to make sure that I have got where I think I should be and that I'm making money, not losing it.
But you have used them before to figure out exactly what you. So you've got your prices.
Great way to start ingraining in your own brain where you need to be with your pricing.
Yeah. But you're not going to tell people what you charge, which I think is a good thing, because you've got to figure it out for yourself.
You have
As
to
Amy
figure it out
says, you're in a different location. Do you drive a big van that uses a lot more fuel than a little car? Do you do things on site? Do you do things off site? You've got to consider all of that and all of your time. How fast are you as well?
And I think it is how fast you are, but it's also, what's your experience level? How long have you been around? Do you know what you're doing without having to invest too much training time into a design? Or you have to take everything into consideration, but you must price off your own back.
No, fantastic. Well, Amy, it's been absolutely lovely finding out a little bit more about you.
Thank you.
And seeing how to make this awesome design and having a look at those. I forgot to prep you, as I forget to prep everybody.
Yes.
But on BMTV, as a guest, you get to ask the question of the week to the BMTV Nation. So is there something you would like to know? And hopefully people will leave comments.
Okay. What's your favourite airfield design?
Good one. What's your favourite airfield design? Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Amy, thank you once again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you everybody out there for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Bye.